obviously we got to talk about next week. Mike Vrabel, I think he's a 5.5 point favorite, no, 6.5 point favorite on the road at New England. I mean, at Tennessee, rematch game. I mean, what do we do here? What's our plan? How like you know how do we not bet Mike Vrabel? How do we not bet Tennessee? This is a question from Jags, by the way. Jagz.
That's fair. Honestly, as soon as they sell the number, it's just like, don't we have to bet New England? There's no reason for us
Yeah,
to trust Tennessee.
there's
So
none. They're not good enough. They're
that's
terrible.
fair. Like again, this is just going to be sick to the stomach because yes, this number is inflated, but is it? This Tennessee team is so poorly coached, and their offense looks so lost unless they're running a 2 minute drill. So that's fair if you want to grab that line early.
Tampa Bay is a. I just want to get this out of the way because we just talked about it. Tampa Bay is a 5.5 point underdog at Detroit next week. It's a Monday night game, part of the Monday night doubleheader.
I don't know what to do with it because I remember I think it might have been 2 years ago. Baker was like a 9.5 point dog against this Detroit team in the regular season, and he went in there and he beat them, and it was like incredible. That was when he had Godwin and Mike Evans as receivers, not these no name guys.
Right.
And it's how long can this keep going? So I don't know what to do. I kind of want to take Detroit, and I assume that they get smoked tonight, and then they take it all out on this Bucks team. So I don't know what to do with it. My early incline is to take Detroit. That's a good Detroit number.
By the way, Allison Norris was the one who was asking about Baker MVP. Like, of course, his odds will. You have to expect who else at this point could be leading or have the shortest odds for MVP.
Yeah, I blew that one. Like he was 11-1 when we came on Sunday, and I put it in my notes last week to say something. Totally blanked on it, and by the time we did Tuesday show, he was already down to 8-1.
Yeah,
So apparently, that was still good enough because, like you said, I think he's gonna be the favorite now. The only person I could see still being the guy back up there would be Josh Allen if he wins, obviously tomorrow, or if Goff wins tonight. I could see him if he has a big game tonight against the Chiefs being the being up top there.
oh, that's interesting. All right, that's really interesting. Cleveland, as you said, it's now at 2.5, 2.5 point favorites over
This is
Miami.
just a Hard Rock. I should say that for everyone.
I see it at two elsewhere,
Yeah,
but it's
shop around.
definitely moving in that direction. Um, what do we think of Jacksonville as a 3 point home underdog against the Los Angeles Rams?
I mean, obviously, you know what to think. It's the professional side, the
Yeah.
Jags, but I don't know.
I mean, in the
I
light
don't
of
know.
day, we're going to walk away from all this Jacksonville never bet them again
I know
rhetoric,
we should here.
a-
This is an
and
interesting spot.
we're going to bet the Jags.
Yeah, I'll be patient though. Maybe
Yeah, I'm
maybe
not
they'll be
rushing.
nice and give us the hook. Maybe we get that 3.5. But I do not think the Rams are 3 points better than
By the
this
way, that game
Jaguars team.
that game is overseas. That is not a
God damn
game
it!
in Jacksonville.
Back
Just
in
so,
England again. Another England game. How many of
yeah.
these we got? NFL. Oh my god.
Well, listen, we're expanding.
Yeah.
It's a global business.
Well, Jags they dominate England, so that's even more of a reason to like the Jags.
They're basically the London
The London
Jaguars.
Jaguars. Yeah.
Um, who else are we looking at right now?
I mean, we haven't talked much about Philly, the shit show that is Philly right now. Minnesota's plus 2.5. Carson Wentz. I mean, this would be rock bottom for a lot of Eagles fans. Of course, Wentz smokes us, but that's an intriguing number, honestly, just because Quenyon Mitchell might be out, Carter might be out. Those are easily the two best defenders on the Eagles defense,
Yeah,
and without them in the secondary against Addison and Jefferson, that could be a real problem for that Eagles team. Chargers, I know we talked about staying away from it. It's just another pro line. They're -1 against this Colts team at home. Once again, be patient, but I know everyone. I'm sick too. I don't want to. I didn't want to have to bet the Chargers, but this is a Chargers line, honestly. So that's another one that jumps out where I'm hoping I can be patient. Public comes in on the Colts, and I get Chargers at like a nice dog number. Um, yeah, interesting. That one popped out, and last one that I really just jumped out to me just because it's interesting. That's where they opened it. The Giants were plus 7.5 against Denver.
Yeah.
So that's Denver playing international, coming home to a home game. Well, that's nice, but they're playing against a rested Giants team that I think a mobile quarterback. You didn't see it with Fields today, but I think that type of style can give a type of defense like Denver real problems. So, um, interesting. The books are still giving you the hook at 7.5 a year at Hard Rock. So that's just a number I'll grab early in case professional money does comes on the Giants and bet this under the 7. So, you saw it today. The Denver closed all that books at 6.5 today. So,
Yeah.
it's interesting that it books open that to get Giants money because they know how much Denver money will come in by the public.
We're getting a lot of questions right now, and we talked about this right before we came on air. The line on the Bears game has moved from Washington minus 4.5 to Washington minus 5.5. We didn't get a chance to really dig in on why that's happening. It's been happening as we've been on the air, really. I'm not understanding the move. I don't know of any injuries that have been reported in the last hour or so. In fact, the Bears were going into the game really healthy, and we know that Debo might be out. We know Terry McLaurin is out. What do you make of the move?
It has to be injured, and there's something we're not. I know that you guys announced a bunch of players that are out. So, yeah, like we said, I couldn't believe it when we logged on here. We're looking at early lines, and that number was up to 5.5. So, I'm just thankful we didn't put it in contest because I would be hurting right now.
Really, really thankful we didn't put it in the contest because I'm really glad we have the Chiefs. Oh, they're saying the Bears left tackle is ruled out, but
Okay.
I don't that doesn't actually make sense. That can't be right because the Bears announced that left tackle Braxton Jones was not going to be starting and it was going to be a guy who had been getting a lot of snaps and had been playing on the offensive line and it was this dude who Braxton Jones barely beat out in training camp. So that can't be the reason unless all of a sudden that guy is out too. But then
Well,
Braxton Jones is playing who's been the starting left tackle. So I'm not sure that makes any sense. So we're not really getting good intel at, this time of night on Sunday as to why that line is moving yet.
we've been saying all week though that clearly the professional side is the Commander's side. So just
Clearly,
be careful.
it's clearly the professional side because it had all week to move from 4.5 with all the news about Washington's health and all the news about the Bears who are coming back. And instead it's moved in the opposite direction. So something's going on. Finally, just to remind people, we're 3-1 heading into Sunday night. We got Kansas City minus 1.5 tonight. The line is currently 2.5. We've been liking it all week at 1.5, at 2, even at 2.5.
And if you didn't bet it, if Detroit drives the field here and scores, take the Chiefs live. You'll get a great number.
Exactly. We won with the Raiders minus 4.5. We won with who else did it? The Steelers minus 4.5 and the Panthers plus 3.5. We lost with the Colts minus 6.5. This has been Sharper Square, presented by Hard Rock Bet, part of the Volume Podcast Network.